Today I want to do something different. I want to show you how I make my YouTube videos on a budget, from the video production process all the way to the lighting that I use. And speaking of lighting, I feel like something's missing. That's more like it. Are you interested in starting a YouTube channel, but you don't know where to begin? Well, personally, I may not have a lot of subscribers, which you can fix with just the click of a button.
Okay, I see what you did there.
Also, I may not have a lot of technical expertise, money, good looks, intelligence.
One eternity later.
But that's besides the point. The point is that you, yes, you, have the ability right now to stop whatever you're doing and make your own YouTube videos with the resources that you have. To show you guys how easy it is to start up your own videos, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of my process and the resources that I use to make my videos. So with all that out of the way, let's get right into it. First things first, all of my videos are shot in the corner of an upstairs room that I converted into my studio. If you haven't noticed already, I really like to surround myself with things that I really enjoy, such as Marvel, Star Wars, Sonic the Hedgehog, and my wife. Whew, crisis averted.
Live to fight another day, boys. Live to fight another day.
If you've watched any of my past videos, I really have shaken things up every now and then, but right now I'm really digging the setup I have, with the Funkos on my left, and then all of my collectibles on my right. This just kind of adds a little more personality to my background, so if you're watching any of my videos, you know exactly what I'm about. Also, it really helps with centering myself in the middle of the video whenever I record. The camera I use is literally just the camera from my iPhone. I firmly believe that lighting is way more important than an expensive camera, but we'll get back to that in a sec. Honestly, when you're starting out, you can literally use any camera that you want when you're beginning to make videos. It doesn't matter. I'm not even shooting in 4K or 60 frames per second. This is just the normal video setting on my phone. Also, it makes it a lot easier when I'm exporting for editing later. For better sounding vocals, I also have a microphone that I use for primary audio, and I run that mic through Logic Pro on my Mac. But again, if you're just starting out, you don't even need to use a microphone. The audio on your iPhone or app or camera, whatever you're using, will work just fine. Usually while I'm editing, I merge my audio track with my video shot on my iPhone. For example, this is the audio that's coming from my iPhone right now. And this is my audio coming from my microphone that I have right in front of me. Makes a pretty big difference, huh? Now we get to my favorite part. The lighting. This can really make or break how your videos look. Personally, I started out using only my overhead light from my fan, which then led to using a key light that I got for my birthday. And both of those steps takes me directly to where I am now, where I use a key light, softbox, hair light, and an LED pole looking thing. Links are in the description, by the way, for everything that I use. So let's go through each of my sources of light one at a time to show you guys how I utilize them. The softbox is my primary light source and can be a game changer when used properly. I usually play around with different settings and positions to fit the vibes of my video. It also has a cool little remote that I can use to change the tones and reflections coming off of the softbox. For example, this is what it looks like when it turns off, and then this is what it looks like when it turns on. Honestly, it's actually kind of a cool shot too. I may have to save this for future videos. Anyway, next up you have the key light. The key light is actually really important because it removes the shadows on my face that may have been added by the softbox. Again, you can change the harshness of the light based on what you think looks good. As another example, this is what it looks like without using the key light. And this is what it looks like when I turn it on. You can really see the difference, especially from the left side of my face. Next up, we have the hair light. And the hair light is also really underrated in my book. This rests directly over my head and prevents my hair from blending into the rest of my body. Who would have thought that this light adds so much depth? This light out of all of them is the most subtle when it comes to how it looks, but you can really notice a difference once I turn it on and off. For example, this is what it looks like when it's off. Now you really may not notice it, but then when I turn it on, you can see just a little bit of depth that gets added to my hair, and this really makes a big difference when I go in to edit. It's not the most important light you could have, but it is a nice addition if you want to experiment with different looks and different colors. As for the LED bar that I use, it adds a nice splash to my background and provides some nice contrast to the walls behind me. I like the fact that I can change colors based on the video I'm making, like green for She-Hulk, orange for Andor, purple for Thor, and the list goes on and on. Although this entire setup would probably run you close to $200, depending on how creative you'd want to be, you can have this entire setup for even closer to $100. It all comes down to how much natural light in your room you already have, and also if you're able to find some really good deals on some tech. I'll be the first to admit to you guys that I really thought starting out that the more money I spent on equipment meant that my product would be 10 times better, and I was dead wrong. It really comes down to your personal preference. You can make a video look really good by just having your phone sit right in front of your window and using that natural light. You can shoot in your bedroom, you can shoot in an office, it doesn't matter. You can make anything look really good. You don't have to spend $5,000 to have exceptional lighting, or an extra $10,000 for a super sweet camera that the professionals use. Again, if you have an iPhone, that's probably one of the best options you could have. Do I have an extremely big iPhone bias? Yes. Do I care?
Nope.
All you really need is the passion for things that you want to talk about. I'm not a big YouTuber by any means, but I genuinely love what I talk about. And from then on, the rest just takes care of itself. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed getting a peek behind the scenes with me. I really enjoy being able to share some of the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. And if you have any questions at all about my setup, feel free to drop a comment below and ask me it. I would love to be able to have a back and forth with you guys. And if you know something that I don't, feel free to let me know. I'm always willing to learn and try new things. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe if you'd like as well. I am working towards 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot do it without your guys' help. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.